We will get started. All right, so thank you again for being here. Welcome to the How to Cope During Stressful Times webinar. I'm Lisa Abramson. If this is the first time we've met, thank you for being here. So nice to meet you. I'm an executive coach and mindfulness teacher in the San Francisco Bay Area. As I mentioned, I decided to have my happy place, which is the place I got married, as my background for you all to enjoy. So I hope you enjoy that scenery and the fact that we can have some fun, even when we're working from home. We converted our bedroom to a double office so both my husband and I can get some work done. So we're all being flexible. All right, so the flow for today's session, we're going to do a guided meditation together to kick off. I'm going to talk about some common reactions that you might be having to what's going on in the world. I'm going to go through stress management techniques. This is going to be very practical, hands-on tools that you can implement right away to start helping relieve the very real and intense stress that many of us are feeling. I know I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning and couldn't get back to sleep. So I know even though I am practicing and teaching this, I am definitely still affected by what's going on and notice the stress has hit me. I'm also going to talk about what will help and about building resilience. So we're going to cover those topics. So let's start by closing our eyes, and we're going to do a guided meditation practice together just for a few minutes to settle in. So close your eyes, and I want you to sit upright in your chair. Just get comfortable and place your feet firmly on the ground, and place a hand or both hands on your heart, whatever feels comfortable. Maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and crunch your shoulders up to your ears and just let them drop down. And now I want you to imagine blowing out a birthday candle and just exhaling as deeply as you can. So just and then another just deep exhale, and you can pretend that you're blowing out a candle. And just let yourself inhale for 3, and then just exhale deeply, maybe for a count of 6 or more. This doesn't have to be perfect. Just generally extending those exhales longer than your inhales and allowing your body to begin to relax. Inhaling for a count of 3, and then exhaling deeply. And you can use that technique of pretending you're blowing out a candle. And you don't need to be forceful about blowing out that candle, just a gentle and elongated exhale. Inhaling for 3, and just letting that exhale be a little bit longer. Now I want you to just picture yourself inhaling calm, peaceful energy, and then exhaling stress or tension. You might feel the stress or tension pouring out of your feet, or maybe it feels there's a color associated with that peaceful inhale. And that cleansing exhale. Inhaling calm, peaceful energy. And then exhaling any stress or tension. Now I want you to bring a gentle smile to your face. It's okay if it feels forced. Just bring a gentle smile to your face. And I want you to imagine someone you love deeply sitting in front of you. It could be someone, your partner or child, or could even be a family pet. Just imagine someone you love sitting in front of you. And with your hand still on your chest, on your heart, I want you to imagine an invisible current flowing from your heart to the heart of that person that you love. Imagine this invisible current connecting you. That smile on your face, I want you to send the wishes of loving kindness to them, saying, may you be well. You can just repeat it silently to yourself, or you can say it aloud, whatever is most comfortable for you. Imagining that person sitting in front of you completely, that invisible current of love and connection. May you be well. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be well. Imagining that connection from your heart to theirs, this invisible current, an invisible river. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. May you be healthy. Now I want you to imagine that that person is holding up a mirror, and this mirror can reflect back that loving kindness back to you, back to your own heart. Saying to yourself and feeling that love, may I be well. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And just feeling how the sensations in your heart center, how does it feel to accept that loving kindness? May I be well. May I be peaceful. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And then imagining that river, that invisible current from your heart extending to every person and every being on the entire planet, around the entire earth, and saying, may we all be well. May we all be peaceful. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. And then just taking a moment to reflect on what's going on inside your body now. You might feel an openness in your chest. You might feel grateful. Might feel a little more relaxed. Just take note of how you feel in your body right now and the qualities of your heart. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. So I hope you enjoyed that practice, a loving kindness meditation. I think it's so important for us to remember, even when everything feels out of control, outside of us, we do still have that ability to get centered and get calm. And I find that the loving kindness practice and sending well wishes outside of yourself first and then back to yourself is a great practice for doing it, as well as just smiling even when you don't feel like it. It gets those positive feelings flowing and it helps you relax. So thank you for joining me there. I want to discuss some of the common reactions that people might be having right now. And as I mentioned when we kicked off this call, that the distress is quite common. You're not alone. And I've heard from a lot of my clients, as well as friends, that people that are especially overachieving high performers, like a lot of you on this call, there's an additional layer of pressure we're adding to ourselves that says we're supposed to do coping well and we're supposed to make it look easy, or we're supposed to feel like we've got it together. And I just want to give you permission to, this is hard, this is an unprecedented time, and there's no rule book for how to do it. I have had moments of immense and crippling anxiety, and I have moments of calm and peace, and all of that is welcomed in this experience. So there is no prize for getting this right, and I just want to give you permission to show up and allow yourself to express yourself fully. And don't judge your experience, because then we add this additional layer of painful self-criticism on top of an already difficult time. One especially helpful question you can ask yourself is what I'm thinking or doing helping or harming me? So asking this question can help you slow down and decide to make new decisions. So this can be really helpful in terms of news consumption. So for me, a couple weeks ago, I was incessantly, even last week, checking the news, reading every story that came out. And I thought that was helping to quell my anxiety, but it really wasn't. It was making me more stressed and anxious. So I gave myself a news challenge, and I said, I'm only going to look at the news 3 sources once a day. I'm going to look at 8 at night, and that's once a day. I'm already in my home and taking all the precautions I would, so I don't need to know information right when it's posted. So maybe give yourself permission to do that, and then reset when you find something isn't working. This is a time to be flexible and say, I tried doing it this way, I'm going to try another way. So the next thing I want to discuss are the stress management techniques that are helpful. So what we did with that beginning of our meditation practice was deep belly breathing. And so anytime you exhale longer than your inhale, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system and it helps calm you down. So anytime you just consciously exhale, I do an inhale for 3, exhale for 6, and then you can use that technique of pretending to blow out a candle just to elongate that exhale. You can also use guided imagery, and I'm going to do a short practice in a moment to show how that works. The loving kindness meditation and practice that we use, which is also available on my website, is a great resource. As well as, this sounds kind of silly, but soothing touch. You can touch your heart. We did that in the meditation practice. You can also rub your cheek or even give yourself a hug. Sounds a little silly, but no one's around to look at it and laugh. But we actually, we need physical contact and connection. It's really good for us. And since we might, some of us I know on the call might be like living alone, and if that's the case, you can, give yourself a warm hug at night, and it calms your system. Your body doesn't know that it's you hugging yourself, so it works wonders. And again, the smiling technique as well is really helpful. So we're going to do another short practice because I want you to end this session feeling good with some more tools and resources in place. So closing your eyes again, I want you to picture a place. Where is your happy, beautiful, safe and peaceful place? It might be outdoors, in your garden. It might be on a beach or in the snow, in a forest. Imagine a beautiful outdoor setting. Pick one place. If many places have come to mind, just settle on one place. And I want you to picture yourself there. Look around. What do you see? What colors are there? What do you hear? Do you hear the sound of leaves crackling below your feet, or the wind through the trees, or the sound of waves gently breaking? Just hear the sound, birds chirping. Do you feel the sun on your skin? You touch the ground and notice the sensation. Just picture yourself in this happy place. Just take a couple of deep breaths there. Those long exhales. Picturing that scene completely. Now I want you to turn your attention to within your body, to take an internal selfie. What does it feel like in your body as you imagine yourself in this happy place? Your heart feel open? Is your belly relaxed? Just take a moment and notice these sensations. See if you can maybe turn up the dial on them, intensify these positive feelings, and really savor them. And just look around in your beautiful setting and remind yourself you can always go here in your mind when you need a break, a moment to reset. Imagine that scenario, picture it completely. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes and gently open your eyes. So that was a brief guided imagery which relates to my happy place behind me that I've shared. This might be a good time for you. You could maybe pull up a picture of your happy place, maybe put it as your computer backdrop or put a photo on your desk. But remember that you can, the more that you picture this and you do this brief guided imagery practice, the faster you can go back in your mind, and you start, because of something called neuroplasticity, what we think and do and pay attention to, it actually starts to rewire our brain, and we can go to that safe and happy place more quickly, and we can take a little breather there. So I think it's really important for all of us to remember to reset throughout our day. When you find that stress is starting to build, we can reset. So there's some practices I want to talk about that can really help, that I'll put under the bucket of preventative stress management techniques. So having a morning ritual where you try to do something calming in the morning can be really helpful, just to set yourself up for success. So what I like to do is I get up, and even if I don't feel like it, I put in my AirPods and I play one song and I dance around and do a solo dance party. Sounds very silly, but you really can't be stressed while you're dancing around to music. And doing something to mix up your day to create a new sensation can be very helpful. So I invite you to try a dance party, or maybe a brief meditation practice in the morning, but start a morning ritual that is calming and soothing. We need to bucket in times in our day to say, this is a moment for calm. Even if I'm not feeling that way, other parts of my day, I'm going to put pockets of time throughout my day so I can relax and help support myself. Also, wellness hacks like working out and eating well, of course, do those. The practice of extending your exhale, finding things to laugh about. This is the time, funny YouTube videos or romantic comedies, whatever you'd like. Do make time to laugh. It makes you feel better. Smile. Just holding the smile for 20 seconds can start to produce those feel-good hormones. And try to tell yourself, if you do find yourself getting distressed, this is a temporary change. So that can be helpful to just break the pattern of, like, when your mind is telling you, this problem's never going to end, remind yourself this is a temporary change, which it certainly is. I also want to share a couple of SOS techniques that will help if you really do find yourself kind of spiraling and in a bad spot. So if the physical sensations of stress become too intense in your body, it can be helpful to hold an ice cube because the sensations of holding an ice cube is so intense, it will make you switch your focus. You can also splash water on your face. That's very effective. Or go for a walk or do something active. And of course, if you're very distressed, you can also, call a therapist, call a coach, call a friend, and connect with someone. You are not alone. Everyone is having good, bad, and okay moments. So it's all moment by moment right now. So make sure to reach out and connect with others. Other people are having those similar experiences. So the last thing I wanted to share about what can really help is to know, yes, these are tough times, but we can do hard things, and we have done hard things before, and we've dealt with uncertainty. In fact, many of us deal with uncertainty every day in our lives, every day in our work, and we've done hard things, we've been challenged before, and we've ended up stronger. So never forget that you are stronger than you realize, and you've already been building this muscle of becoming more and more resilient. And challenge can be a stimulus for growth. So maybe there's something that, it seems wild now, but it's worth putting into your schedule. Maybe you've always wanted to read a certain book or learn to play piano or the guitar. Why not challenge yourself to learn and grow with this extra time? My mentor up at Spirit Rock, a teacher named Jack Kornfield, who was instrumental in bringing meditation and mindfulness out to the West, was recently doing a teleconference for many people in China who were quarantined already because of the virus. And he said to them, you know, look, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but there's people that actually pay me a lot of money to go and have a 2-week, you know, no contact with people, a bit of isolation, time to practice, time to slow down, time to be intentional. And, you know, maybe we can see some of this time, not so much as a disruption, but an opportunity to try something new. So I hope that you can channel into that. I'm so grateful that you've joined here today. If you also want help around creating a new morning routine, I have a mindset program to help you develop a resilient mindset. It's free on my website. I will put the link into the chat box, but it's 5 days, and each day you'll get a 5-minute meditation that can help you become more resilient and better face this temporary change we're facing. So thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And thank you again. I appreciate you being here, practicing with me. I hope that you feel lighter and more connected to those you love after practicing together. So thank you. Well, thank you, Valerie. And thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate the kind notes. And thank you for joining. Francis and Heather and Helen and Jackie and Jason and Jeanne and John and Joyce and Julie, Garrett. Thank you all, everyone. Thank you, Melanie. Thanks, Nina. Thanks, Susanna. Thanks, Annie. I appreciate you all practicing. Thanks, Cecile. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Sylvia. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining here. We'll do this again. Thanks, Abba. Thanks, Jackie. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Pamela. And Sarah. And Simone. And Terry. And Trisha. And Victoria. And Zaira. And Jeanne. And Lou. Sarah. Kelly. Christopher. Terry. Simone. Amelia. Alex. Helen. Oh, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your days. Thank you so much, and I will see you again soon.